Welcome back, everyone, to our final game of the evening. It's one game, one best of one in this two-game series between Cole and Nip. As you can tell, my voice is dying a little bit. So,
do you want me to take over a bit here?
Lizard, please, what's happening?
All right, so
I'm
guys,
going to press some buttons over here.
just press some buttons.
Or pretend to
act like
press
you're
them.
doing something. We have NIP versus compLexity Gaming, the last match of the series, the last match of the day for the two of us as well. And compLexity, they didn't look so hot in the last couple of games, not only versus NIP. NIP really did style over them with that Timber pick, though. That Timber pick was amazing. Is he banned out? He's not banned out right now, is he? No?
He's left in the pool.
10 seconds remaining.
He's left in the pool.
Completely
What do we see?
different. Like
Yeah.
Chen banned by Cole.
5 seconds
Brewmaster
remaining.
Rubik opener from NIP.
Yeah, we have that Rubik versus Enigma again. A hero that really loves to steal those black holes, and
Radiant
it just
team
forces
back.
Enigma to play in a completely different way. There were a few patches in which basically what you do with Enigma is you wouldn't care. You'd get Dominator, you'd get Greaves, Vlads. You wouldn't use that black hole once in the game, and it wouldn't really matter. But Rubik is much better right now, and he's in a better state. He doesn't really have to even steal that black hole. Has
He's-
other spells to
10
steal. And
seconds
He's like a double
remaining.
counter as well, right?
Mhm.
Because you've got the Fade Bolt against the Eidolon push
Mhm.
and
5
the
seconds
steal
remaining.
The steal is
on
big.
that black hole.
That steal, it's not even that. I mean, it's his presence just makes you completely paranoid. You have to approach those team fights completely different if you're Enigma.
Where's the Rubik? Where's the Rubik?
And eventually, if you crack like that Enigma did today, you just don't. You just have to use it sometimes. You use it on a core. He steals it, use it on 3 of yours, and
What do you do
suddenly-
then?
Team back.
So
Morphling ban.
yeah, all right. Tiny's still not banned again, and Tiny's still not picked for compLexity. I think that might be their trump card. It's what they might have to pick up for Limp.
Get a win under their belt, at least one.
It's a hero that used to carry them, so maybe, just maybe, they should go back to that. As 3 games now,
10
they have lost all
seconds
3.
remaining.
They aren't really feeling too well after all of those
5
losses.
seconds remaining.
So what did we have? We have Brewmaster first pick, Undying Enigma into Rubik, Jug Morph banned, PL taken out as well as Lifestealer, Chen, Bat, Phoenix, Furion, and Kotl.
Yeah, we see a lot of these carries are banned out. PL, Nyx, Jug, Morph. What's left? There's TB,
PA.
there's Troll, there's PA. Yeah, so there's Anti-Mage as well in the pool.
And a Magnus, if they want to go that direction.
Oh, they
But we've not seen Magnus do spectacularly well recently. And there's the TB I was looking for last game. Does make his way into the ban
Radiant
pool at least.
team pick.
There's the Tiny.
There's the Tiny that we were calling for. Hopefully this could be the hero that brings them some happier times, some victories under their belt, because so far they are really struggling. Terrorblade ban, I mean, I understand the TB ban, I think because of the Morphling ban from Ninjas. Even you said like Morphling ban. What's one hero that he crushes? It's
10
TB. I mean,
seconds
Morphling
remaining.
overall is decent enough, but he's not super great.
5 seconds remaining.
But he's
Dire team
really
pick.
good versus TB, so. Oh, Dazzle. This Dazzle can basically go anywhere on the side of NIP. Most likely gonna be that mid Dazzle, right?
Against the Tiny. No armor, physical damage. Tiny gets destroyed.
Yeah, you get that Dazzle mid, Poison Touch, Shadow Wave. Shadow Wave is physical as well. Most people do not know that actually. Like Shadow Wave is physical, right?
Yeah.
10
should be.
seconds
And
remaining.
Same with Diffusal Blade damage.
That's why the medallion on
5
Dazzle is
seconds
so
remaining.
good. If you get someone medallioned up, yeah, it's physical. So you get someone medallioned up, you use that Shadow Wave, you destroy him.
I mean, I definitely don't miss the days where Beastmaster and Leshrac had multiple damage types
Oh yeah.
on Axes and Edict. That was always fun. Trying to figure out what you need to buy when they've got multiple damage types from one spell.
Good old Dota 1 days, just buy Blink, Boots of Travel on Leshrac and run after people with stats and Edict. Nothing more is needed. No stuns, no slows, nothing like that. Just run after people. Anyways, compLexity with that TB ban and Tiny opening, they might be looking to picking. Nah, I mean, they might look to pick some position 4 right now.
I'm wondering if it's a Z-Freak Pos 4 Enigma.
You think so?
I know it's something that he's done in the past, and it's one of those kind of, maybe not a comfort pick, but it's something that he knows how to fit into a team potentially. But
would.
it just comes down to like how do you lane around?
I mean, I would love to see Zfreak on something that's flashy, something like an Enigma, something weird, something that he's gonna be able to like have a lot of impact on, right? And Enigma definitely sounds like such a hero, so I would love to see that.
So I'd imagine 343 is the Undying, Limps the Tiny.
Yeah, 343 is definitely the Undying.
Naga Siren.
There's a Naga, another core.
And I don't know about this. They're picking Miracle because it's Miracle, and they're giving him this Naga because it's his Naga, right?
Or it's the bait and switch.
I mean, if it isn't, I don't think it is. The Naga has been changed in such a way that I don't think you can play her on 4 any longer.
Okay.
I mean,
10 seconds
maybe they
remaining.
can do it, but dude, you just picked an illusion hero versus Brewmaster.
5 seconds
Like, he's just gonna
remaining.
dispel those illusions. You also have Rubik with the Fail Bolt, and you also have Dazzle, who's gonna start pressuring you super hard. So your items, by the time they come online, I don't think they're gonna matter a whole lot. There's a lot of pressure on this Tiny to perform really well in the early to mid game so that he can create enough space for this
Dire team
Naga
back.
to actually start contributing. Well, hello, sir.
Okie dokie.
Well, he wasn't banned, so
And they make sure to pick it up before that final ban stage so it doesn't get banned as well. So what's that? Timber against Tiny, they're looking for that matchup. It
I suppose it is. Yeah,
moves the Dazzle away,
you can put the Dazzle on dual offlane or something like that.
give it to 3-3.
I mean,
10 seconds.
is it gonna be
remaining.
him on Dazzle or him on Brewmaster though? It could be position 5 Brew as
5
well,
seconds
like good old
remaining.
position 5 Brew. We've seen it ran many times in the last couple of months. So that's a possibility too. So you have Rubik plus Brewmaster supports.
So you're afraid of an ace hero basically here, complexity.
Do they see that though? That's the question.
I guess it could very easily just still be Ace Timber, Fata Dazzle, Rubik for, Saxa, I guess.
Yeah.
Got these options, NIP. Yeah, he's a really difficult ban, isn't it?
Radiant team
And
They
back.
ban out the carry, yeah. So they expect the carry to be drafted last. So, yeah, alright. They expect Fata to be that Timber on the mid lane versus the Tiny, which is quite possible indeed. He's pretty decent versus Naga too. However, in this game, Naga with the Diffusal Blade can deal with Timbersaw's mana, so at least you have a
10
way of dealing
seconds
with that.
remaining.
You don't have to kill him, but you can ignore him if you get all of
5
his mana
seconds
down,
remaining.
right? So that's kind of alright.
I'm just real worried about how complexity gets in and out of team fights without Song.
But you have the song into the black hole, into the
Tombstone zombies.
tombstone zombies. Yeah.
But that's it, right? Like, their fight is very static. It's choose a place to fight and you fight around that place.
And then don't fight for 2 minutes because your cooldowns are gone. So
And you're against, Brew and Timbersaw, people who are exceptionally good at drawing out and extending these fights, and even just moving them to a different location as they hunt down your squishy, weak heroes on the back line. I want someone with a short cooldown, someone with some reach, someone who can catch up to keep up with Tiny, who's going to need to be the hero that kills everyone this game.
he's gonna be the one up front. He's gonna be the one that tries to blink on this Rubik or Dazzle and just blows them up before they can react, before their team can react. But as you said, he's gonna need a partner in crime. He's gonna need that one extra hero that rotates around with him. It's not the Naga, it's not the Enigma, it's not the Undying. So
Does that mean in your mind that
even
And it
they do
has to
not
be a
know. Look, they
three.
ban out Huskar in the end. They're like, we don't know what's gonna happen. Let's just ban out some cheese that we can lose to.
like, in my mind, the way this draft has gone, Enigma has become more and more just the position 3. I'm going to build auras. And this last pick, it feels like a Z-Freak hero.
It just might be that Enigma that you just said. The Crimson, the Greaves, the Vlads, Enigma.
10 seconds
It might just be
remaining.
that indeed.
Right, already without the
5
final picks.
seconds remaining.
Yes, Complexity have the final pick. NIP with the penultimate one.
Dire
I
team
see NIP doing very well this game.
Alright.
Lesh gives you what? Illusion clear, Eidolon clear.
I mean, it's great versus Naga, right? It's just
Yeah.
a strange pickup. Something I've expected, but versus Naga, this hero always works. Naga doesn't want to build that BKB at any part in the game, so
Feels like it has to be POS 1 then. So I'd say Fata
10
Timber,
seconds
Brew for
remaining.
3-3.
they have, like, besides that Lashrak
5
with Edict,
seconds remaining.
Do they have any tower push? I guess Dazzle is gonna get Necros if Dazzle is a board.
Brew.
Brew, somewhat, yeah.
You may now
Well, there's tower
select
push for
your
complexity.
heroes.
On the other side, Z-Freak Pugner. Miracle is definitely the Naga.
Yeah, he just picks that immediately, and now they're playing this waiting game. They want to see what the enemy is gonna pick, how they're gonna lane, and they want to react accordingly with the tiny Pugna and Enigma, basically.
We knew these two. 3/4/3 Undying, Miracle Naga. They were quite easy just to tick the boxes.
How long are you guys gonna wait? Oh, there we go, Ace with the Timber pickup.
Fata Lesh?
Ace with the Timber. I don't know if Fata is gonna be Dazzle or Lash. Which one of these two?
I mean, my heart is pretty set on Brew Rubik as the supports. I really like Dan.
I think so too. Yeah, I would go with that as well. With the
10
Dazzle on
seconds
core,
remaining.
either on offlane or mid. But it might just be like Brew
5
core 3/3.
seconds remaining.
Fata Brew.
Ooh.
Fata Brew. Well, that
Spicing
one
things up.
I did not see that one coming. Definitely 3/3 Dazzle. Okay, we could have called that, but Fata Brew on
I
mid.
mean, 3/3 Dazzle was in the list of things we talked about.
Yeah.
3/3 Dazzle, Ace, Timbersaw, cool. I never saw Fata Brew, and I never ever saw PPD
Lashrak.
taking up the Leshrac. I thought I was almost sold on him being a core hero, but here is a support with
Is it-
Rubik as your
Is it a
duo.
reaction because Z-Freak is the tiny and Limp is Pugna, I guess?
Maybe so. God, what a weird and wonderful draft.
They definitely did throw a couple of curveballs, both of these teams, with their drafts. Like, we expected the tiny on complexity. We expected Limp tiny, however, because he's so great on that hero. And now that tiny has been taken away from him and put into Z-Freak's hands, I'm certain Z-Freak can do just as well. But it is a position for tiny, so...
I mean, the drafters throwing curveballs. Maybe it's one of them that's going to be the MVP of Katowice. I've got a quick little video to watch as you guys can go and get your votes in. Another ESL One, another Mercedes to give away to the best player of the tournament. Get your votes in, get your favourite player up with a new car. And here we are, last game of the evening. Best of one in this two-game series between complexity and Ninjas in Pyjamas. And it's a tough one for Cole. They've lost 3 in a row tonight. Not won a single game. And not looking particularly hot, but now they've switched things up. Their draft looking a little wonky. They've put Limp on the Pugna. Z-Freak, like you mentioned, is on that tiny.
I mean, look at this NIP's draft. I wouldn't draft this to my worst enemy. Just look at that. If I was playing a pub and if I had this draft, I would be like tilted a little bit instantly, because it's unconventional, right? It doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just not very standard right now. But it's NIP, so that Dazzle is gonna be on that safe lane, playing versus Enigma, it seems. Offlane Ace on the Timbersaw, which is gonna be interesting versus Miracle's Naga.
Fata mid Brewmaster.
Yeah.
As Leshrac wanders up towards top to help Ace. Miracle Naga Siren will be their lane opponent.
Battle begins.
Who's the faster clicker? Oh, it's Ace. He's been training and they're going to get 3, 4. NIP get all 4. Call it.
Just call it. Call it right now. It's over. 4 bounty runes given away. That's a full quelling blade on someone. Perhaps an Ace. A stick, actually, instead. Alright. Gets a stick versus the Undying.
Yeah, makes sense. Tiny lurking mid.
He's gonna go for the courier snipe with 3 grab, or if what is he doing then?
I'm not sure.
Maybe some toss back onto the next creep wave or something like that.
We're looking for a play, whatever it may be.
I think it
3,
might be
4,
the
3.
toss back, yeah, to the next creep wave.
Dead up top. Whirling Death takes the Undying down. Mid lane, are they making the play now? Fata getting body blocked. Toss already expended, gets himself out of danger, and he will not suffer the ultimate penalty. Z-Freak might. Look at that damage from the tower. 0 armor Tiny feels bad.
He almost died there, but he survives. I love those little pesky plays like this one. It's basically, it's a trained maneuver. You know exactly when you're going. As soon as the creep wave is coming close to the tier 1. Yeah, truth be told, they use the toss on Pugna, but I think it's rehearsed move for that kill on Fata. It didn't work out for them this time, however, sadly. But you're not losing a whole lot because you have Enigma on the offlane. And this Enigma usually does not need too much help early on. As you can see, the lane is pushing in. He denied a couple of creeps. And he should be having a free farm under the tower, unless Rubik comes.
Oh, they want to dive this. It's Fadebot level 1 though, so there's no lift, no displacement ability to grab that Enigma and put him into a dangerous position.
But they are zoning him completely out and away from his experience, which is very bad for him.
Massive creep wave, chipping away at the tier 1 in the meanwhile. Death stuck here at level 1.
I think this is very problematic. I said that he does not need a tiny, but in this kind of situation, I think you have to help this Enigma. He lost way too much. Almost 2 full creep waves to the tower.
Meanwhile, PPD toying with the Naga up top. Z-Freak's double damage rune. Hello, Peter. I've got a toss for you. Come back here, Leshrak. 3-3-3 against 3-2-8. The movement speed advantage is Tiny's. But PPD is dancing around these trees like an absolute ballerina. Look at him go.
Look at that damage, though.
That punch hurts quite a bit. Limp isn't joining in for the battle. Has to deal with Fata in the meanwhile. And Z-Freak just can't get this kill.
At the same time, this is another game in which Timber saw... Well, it's not as free of a game as that last one, definitely. They have spells that can deal with Timber. From Midnight Pulse to Life Drain. Yeah. To Diffusal eventually on Naga Siren. It's not a complete free game for Timber, so it's gonna be a bit harder for Ace to perform and fill Fata's shoes, but you know what? He doesn't have to be that complete maniac Fata was in that last game, because...
How much of a timer do you feel NIP are on in this game? It's like looking at their draft, they don't seem to have a carry hero.
Right? They don't have a true hero that takes objectives. But with 3-3, it all depends on him and what his item build is. I have a feeling if he goes for Greaves or something like that, they might fall behind very fast. Mid lane.
A quick lift stops any toss attempt. Tiny
Or
still
does
gonna
it?
go for it. Avalanche toss onto the tower. Limp is here with a quick blast. And Fata sprinting away. His Drunken Brawler gets him out of danger until another decrep. Will the blast reach? Oh, just touches him, but bottle charges. They'll make sure that Brew is perfectly comfortable in the lane.
Bottle charges and also...
3-4-3. Oh, dearie me. In comes the Edict. He's got a Split Earth as well, just to give him the old whack. Undying's not dead just yet, trying to tank up and die to the creeps, but it will be Peter that finds the takedown. Ace just chasing Miracle back as well.
Miracle is hanging on when it comes to last hits, at least he's on top, right? So he's not really suffering way too hard so far. PPD might.
He's found himself a nice little hidey hole here, and Z-Freak, that damage helped out by the Soul Rip, but PPD is just going to hunt him down. Level 2 Edict now up on your Leshrak.
I haven't seen this build in such a long time, like the Edict and just chase them down, run them down. I love it. I love this build on Leshrak.
Oh, what can the Undying do? Literally nothing.
Yeah, he can decay you and hit you, but...
He's got it off cooldown as well.
Yeah, he's gonna go for Undying now.
This is another kill for PPD. 3-4-3, maybe he can grab the bounty rune on his way out.
Yeah, but there's a split turret to work with.
And there it is.
And the bounty.
Gets the bounty, gets the kill, another tip arrives for PPD.
I haven't seen PPD have this much impact since TI4, I swear.
Yo, he's 3-0-1.
He's destroying them.
What's net worth that, actually? Where's Leshrak? He's 1800. He's ahead of the Naga Siren, who's been free farming top of the CS for the
That's a position 5. That's a position 5 PPD. Like he is doing very well. This Leshrak is having a blast. He's gonna have Arcanes now. So look at that. 900 gold. I doubt he's gonna be buying boards. Oh, he goes for Soul Ring instead. Alright. That's fine too.
Tanks him up a little bit. Eidolons. Nice deny from death. Still losing them very quickly. Like he pops Eidolons and they get blown up immediately by a quick poison touch and Fade Bolt from the duo down bottom. 3-4-3's maneuvering down here as well. He's spotted out by the Radiant Obs Ward, and Fata with a Drunken Brawler. He's going to meet him halfway in the river. 3-4-3 will have to sink his grave, and a double damage rune for the Brew to fit his bottle.
Honestly, like it feels like 3-4-3 is... Oh, bottom lane?
Is this trouble for Dazzle? It is. Midnight Pulse and a quick toss up.
All these guys with numbers in their nicknames keep on dying. So there's something wrong with the numbers. 343, 33, just feed.
If they change the numbers, will that help?
I don't know, maybe.
Like if 3-3 changed to 6-9, would that make a difference?
Oh, that would help.
Nice. Easy tier 1 top, Edict and Timber, so they tank and they kill, and a tier 1 is slain.
Yeah, I mean, Leshrak was there with the Edict. He takes down towers so fast, it's ridiculous. Now that Naga is gonna have to be relegated to the jungle to farm those creeps once again. Just like in the first game that we saw.
And this opens PPD up to just roam from lane to lane. It looks like they attempted to go on Fata again with a 2-man rotation to help Limp's Pugner, but they don't get the job done. Look at it. Death is under this vision. Enigma is completely spotted. 3-3 could maybe make a play here with Saxa backstabbing.
Is this Undying dead again, I wonder?
Where is he?
PPD might chase him. Let's see.
Well, Naga gets shoved out of the lane. Limp's TP. They were trying to amass numbers there and make a play around it.
Bot lane.
Yeah, I'm watching this one. They've got that ward right on his head. And Death, even with the Midnight Pulse, doesn't really get too much done. Losing Eidolons on the way out as well.
Yeah, he's not really having the greatest time on this lane, I see. I mean, he's going for that Dominator build, but it's not really working out. I love 3-3's Necro build. I think that's going to help them a lot. I think with that Necro, they're going to be able to pressure the towers much easier. And he also farms with Necros very well, as they're reduced by bad Juju, obviously.
Forget nulls.
Mhm.
Rush Necro.
Yeah, it's not as broken as it was a few patches ago, when he could basically from even on level 1 he would have only like a 15-second downtime on Necro. It's a bit, well, wait, it's gonna be like what, 10 seconds now? Yeah, it's all right.
Math is hard.
It's still great for him. He's still gonna have those Necros up. I wonder, did he have Arcane Rune? He didn't, right?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Because there's an Arcane Rune on Brewmaster. And he hasn't used Primal Split yet.
Alright.
Eyeing up Limp. Got the Pugner very defensively behind his tower.
They want to use this Arcane Rune and push down mid. And Limp is moving away. He's gonna go bottom for the tier 1. I think that's the possible trade that they're thinking about. Move the Pugna mid, just leave mid to 3-4-3, let him die there.
NIP potentially getting into position to really stop this push, but a good avalanche toss from the Tiny sends the Rubik sailing into the Enigma. Level 6 Death has the black hole, but Limp is the one being focused. They've pinged him out, and the Brewmaster wants to finish him off. Z-Freak drops. So the Dazzle 3-3 is going to claim a double kill as he gets Limp as well. Necro units, MVPs, give them the Mercedes.
Give Mercedes to the creeps, to the neutrals?
No, the Necros. They're not neutral.
Well, they aren't.
They're very angry little blue and red warriors. And an archer. My apologies. Wouldn't dare misclass them.
Top lane Naga is just juking this Timber for quite a long time now. He has no sleep on Miracle and he might fall here. Oh,
nice.
Yeah, barely survives actually. What?
Oh, goodbye Brewmaster. Limp looks like he might still just die though. PPD's backstab reapplies the poison touch. They do get the kill. Dazzle sticking around now with 3-4-3 backstabbing. Just gathering bounty runes. I'm not really looking to start a fight down here. All compLexity want is that tier 1 tower, but they're just not being allowed to have it.
Well, 3-4-3. No boots still. Has a magic stick to work with, but he's dead. He's gone. I mean, honestly, 0-5-0, it's not really the greatest start for Undying. He's been having a very rough couple of games today, but I don't think it's only him. It's how they move as a team. Like, position 5, if he goes into ward like that, where is any kind of support? Where is anyone that can connect to him, help him out? Lesh? Oh, Z-Freak.
Oh, what happened?
He just left him. He let him live.
Oh no. 3-3's killed off Death down bottom in a 1v1. Fata's Primal Split. Utilised to find a kill on Z-Freak here, and maybe even more. Limp has put himself in harm's way just to try and save Tiny a little longer. Fata tried to send that Storm Panda forward. We should have a setup into a split earth.
What's 3-4-3 trying to do here, actually? Like, he's He's lurking about. He planted that tomb on the cliff, but
Baiting them into Tombstone.
yeah, I guess.
And Tiny doesn't die, amazingly enough. Not using that Cyclone to split Earth. NIP didn't want to commit around the shrine or near the tier 2.
Is under attack.
That middle tier 1 is really where they want to angle their efforts.
I felt like they could, though. I felt like they could just go ham there as well, but they opted not to.
Another death for 343 as he drops to 060. And a grab on Z-Freak might be an additional bonus kill. The Edict's still going, and the split Earth landing means Fat is going to clear up a Tiny. Now it's Saxa who takes that kill.
Yeah, the Edict is 5 seconds away, and these 2 kills should turn into a tier 1. They don't have ports as they ported mid,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
so they're gonna take this tower as well. Blackpool,
Hold top on the Timber.
they have spells. They have ways of dealing with that Timber this game
They
around.
did cast their spells.
Dire's
They
middle
did.
tower is
They
under
managed
attack.
to.
But in the meanwhile, 3-3 is knocking on the door of your tier 2 and, well, solo killing death again, potentially. These Necro Warriors, they are doing work. Always in touch.
Yeah, the problem with these Necros, they're already level 3, and they keep on reapplying Poison Touch, as you noticed, so it's very hard for Enigma to run away.
He came to lane and immediately has to walk back home. Stolen Avalanche there onto 343 from Saxa.
And this looks like a pub, honestly, right now. 343-06, right? 070. Not really having the best game. I mean, you can justify position 5s when they go out of out of position to ward to create some space for their teammates, but dying 7 times like this, 30 minutes in. Enigma.
He just can't. He can't be anywhere on the map. Every time he shows up, this 3-3 Dazzle is down his throat.
There's no space for them. No space whatsoever.
PPD.
Maybe they can catch PPD, yeah, but he's so fast.
Tranquils, man. Tranquils, Leshrac. He's so speedy.
Dire's top
Miracle does have those travels of his. We haven't really talked about the Naga Siren that much, but because this Naga has been very silent. Like, just farming the jungle, dodging the fights. Last time they played this Naga the same way, it didn't really work out for them very well.
That's the thing. Unless you're going for that Radiance old school build where you split push and control the map, you can't just be silent. You can't just be that
middle tower is under
AFK split
attack.
push farmer, really, as the Naga Siren anymore, it doesn't feel like.
At the same time, we did say that NIP, they don't have that true conventional carry, so maybe they will fall off a little bit
Dire's top
very
tower
soon, but
is under attack.
Oh, 343 out in the open again. He's walked into the Wildy and he's being PK'd. Ace and PPD absolutely slay him.
it's hard to react to these kills because any given duo on the side of NIP can form and
Dire's
create a
top
kill,
tower
right?
is under
While on the
attack.
side of complexity, if you want to get the kill, you have to commit like 3-4 heroes at least.
You need the Pugna. Like,
Pagna is your main source of damage.
Yep.
There is Tiny, but he only works versus these supports.
3-3 struggling a little bit to find these kills. He's dropping them incredibly low, but they're all TPing from under his nose. Might consider
Well,
a Yule
there.
Scepter or something to cancel these TPs.
He gets some kills there on Eidolons. Free gold.
Easy money. Tiny, just trying to de-ward. He just wants to protect his home. He wants to be left alone. NIP, leave him be. Let him get back behind his tier 2.
Maybe they didn't time the black hole properly, so they're not certain about the cooldowns. I think they did. Everyone does that. You know the exact cooldowns of big spells in the game.
They get 4 bounty runes across the map as well. They managed to herd complexity back into the pen.
Did Complexity manage to take any bounties? They didn't take any first bounties. The second iteration of them, maybe. Minute 5 or 10.
I genuinely couldn't tell you. I think Primal Split's gonna happen. Regardless of what Complexity wanted to do there, it doesn't come to fruition. Z-Freak sprinting back, Pugna up in the air. Tombstone's in a good position though, stacks up some zombies as they have a TP from Miracle. Naga arriving with a black hole ready after a song potentially. This is Complexity's time to strike. Fata drops, in comes Ace. The Tombstone's still going, and NIP, they've just got to save face and back away. They cannot fight
Yeah,
with the song Black Hole.
Even if they do song into black hole, do they have the damage? That's the question. Perhaps with Tiny and Pugna just going ham, but it's very unlikely. There's a Yasha in the base for Naga as well, so Maybe that's the that's the reason he didn't want to go in. He's building that Radiance that we talked about, by the way. So
Okay.
he's going old school mode. He's like, you know what, guys, just forget about this. Tanky build up.
High ground hold for compLexity at their Eastern Shrine. No vision here for the Radiant, is there? So they're actually going up these ramps blind. And they repurpose themselves, mid and top, both being shoved towards the Dire base. Roshan is open, likely where NIP want to really collapse towards after this tier 2 mid.
Dire's middle
Cole.
tower is under attack.
They're actually bringing Nagasarin back to Fountain. Do they want to fight around? No, they're
Are fortified.
TPing her away again.
Radiant's bottom
Oh no, she
tower
is coming in.
under
She
attack.
TP's the Shrine.
Dire's
TP's
middle
home, Boots of
tower is
Travels
under
out,
attack.
and here we move. Miracle holding the song still. 3-3 in PPD on the northwest with Saxa behind them. They're
It's all
spread
about
so
Saxa.
nicely.
It's all about Saxa, the way he positioned himself and steals the song or the black hole.
It's so difficult to get more than 2 in a black hole right here. Malefis with a midnight pulse. Naga moves forward. 3-3 drops to
Sleep.
half HP. He's very low and blasted out of life. Sent to oblivion.
There we go. The sleep is there. Perhaps to catch that Rubik.
Buys back. 3-3 wants to fight. Wants to steal. Rubik's dead before he can. Now the primal split comes out. Chasing Z-Freak down. The rest of compLexity falling away. It should be Roshan for NIP.
Is it though? Because they don't really. I mean, with the Necros, perhaps once they're up.
They don't have a Vlads, do they? Timber can tank it.
I think we can definitely tank it. But honestly, I don't know. I have to say, I dare say, I'm a little bit worried for NIP, even though their draft has completely crushed compLexity in the laning stage. I'm not certain just how well they're gonna be able to fare versus Sleep and Black Hole, and versus the Naga later on once she gets that Radiance.
Closing this game out.
Yeah, the closing this game out might be a bit difficult for them. I'm not 100% on that, but we'll see.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Roshan attempted.
Radiant structures are
Dropped to half, and in comes PPD with the Edict to help out even more. Ace, Bloodstone, Boot to Travel. Has bots queued up again for some reason. Miracle shoving out bottom lane, 2400 towards the Relic of Radiance. It's a long uphill struggle for Miracle, and that's the period of the game that really compLexity are looking towards. 10, 15 minutes from now, when Miracle has a firm stranglehold on the map, and then you can say the Naga has worked out. And until then, it is just...
Yeah, this is basically the time of the game in which NIP wants to break them. Mentally and strategically, they want to take control of the map completely, and it's on Miracle, I think, to split push all the time, to use these travels the way he envisioned to, and to just send these mirror images all the time to creep skip. It's mostly on him. His team can create space, yeah. Limp is doing what he can, as you can see here. He's gonna buy a blink just so he can do this, just so he can be as annoying as possible.
TP's out right in front of them.
But there's only so much that he can do. Most of the work has to be carried out by these illusions of Naga.
Man, this Dazzle nearly has Greaves. Full Greaves pretty much done with Aegis Necro 3.
With the bad Juju, with the lower cooldown as well. On that, on Necros.
Level 15, Shadow Wave heal bonus. He's a big bad boy. Rubik.
Bot lane they find Naga, but they're asleep.
Tiny clears the wave. Miracle jumped upon. Blink from Ace. He tries to catch Z-Freak, but the TP is out. Will successfully get Miracle back to base.
I mean, they didn't kill him, but they sent him home
Z-Freak
packing,
bought Blink.
right?
Oh, that's a sick play if he gets out. Really nicely done.
Yeah. Gets the blink, blinks out.
Tosses
Force
the
out.
Timber. Lots of blinks being picked up. No blink on the Brew though. He's swiftly moving into Radiance after the Vlads.
I mean, he can be that right clicker on the side of NIP, you know, like with his talents, with perhaps an AC after the Radiance or something like that.
So he's the tower puncher.
He's the tower puncher. He can definitely transition into one.
Him and PPD. They can go and whack the buildings. Level 3 Edict. Up and running. Saxa now with a Blink Dagger as well, so his angles and his kind of reach into these team fights to steal Song and Black Hole, even more prominent of a place he will hold in the coming minutes.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And NIP with a catapult wave. They are pushing up onto high ground with a primal split. 3-4-3 backs away from Fata. They do put a Midnight Pulse down just to try and deter NIP. Radiant's Courier dying with a shit ton of items. Tome, Blink, a full Yule Scepter, I believe, for PPD. Yep, in fact, is gone down the drain. So if there's a time to strike, it's now when NIP are a couple of thousand gold worth of items down.
3-4-3 running in front. I'm not certain he wants to do that. He has Necros on him. Poison touch.
Naga is coming from the back.
Naga, yeah, he's there. Has that sleep, but...
Oh, the fake out sends the illusion forward. They don't commit onto it. They know by now. That's not real. This is real. PPD and Fata. Oh, even 3-3. There's the blink. Avatos. Nice catch onto Peter. Finish him off. And now the Brew with no primal split. Should be simple, easy pickings here for compLexity.
They kind of overcommitted there, going for that shrine without the Brew split, without the Timber who's on top lane. So that was a little bit cocky, I have to say, and they had to be punished one of these times. That Aegis is still up on the Dazzle. He's gonna lose it in a minute or so.
And these kind of fights, honestly, very often feel like the gateway to comebacks.
They truly do.
That overcommitment, that couple of kills, Naga gets up and running, Manta style done, Radiance is still queued up, so we'll see what direction Miracle takes. But it's momentum, it's a morale boost. Cole are like, right, we won a team fight, we got some kills. Now we can go and smoke, move across the map, get some wards down, play into our deep vision.
They didn't commit anything, right? They didn't use a black hole or anything like that, so no big spells were committed. And you still got a couple of kills. You have to be feeling pretty alright right now with your compLexity.
They still struggle to deal with Ace. Nice blink away from the ensnare. Gets him out of danger as Limp and Z-Freak were skirting the edges of the fight, looking for an entrance. And here we move. Limp has a blink. A little screen skeletal man will jump away.
I love these blink daggers on them. Just being able to reposition themselves and farm in these areas that are a bit more dangerous and usually would be out of reach for them. Blink just enables them to do all that. So.
Alright, do we sell a Wraithbound here, Miracle? No, we don't. We're keeping it. Saving ourselves for the big night. Or again.
3-4-3 is gonna die bot, maybe. Ports out, dies. Never mind.
Where was he?
Next to the river, where Leshrac is.
I was busy watching Ace blink out of Avalanche like an absolute god.
He's completing that Shiva's, another good item versus the Naga, obviously.
Is Brew finishing off Raddy? Yeah, 800 to Relic.
So Miracle should finish that Radiance a bit sooner, as he has the Relic already. But...
oh, and a BKB for Enigma.
I mean, it's one of the steps that he needs to take. But still, if they don't catch the Rubik with that sleep, it's very hard for Enigma to use the Black Hole, even with the BKB, right? It's not... You're still gonna have it stolen from you and used against your team, so...
Man, if that Radiant Courier had died again, I'd be in hysterics. Full pipe, Yules, like half a Shiva's Guard, all sorts of goodies on the Courier.
It's a completed Shiva's Guard for Timber, as he has an item on himself too, so... Has that armor.
So it feels like they're ready. That's what they were waiting for before.
They're waiting to kill 3-4-3 first.
Can he get the bounty rune? No. Ace
snatches him right underneath him there.
The lift up and the steal. Dazzle TPing back to his shrine, looking for Miracle.
I mean, realistically, if he took that rune, it would be more worth it anyways, because his team would get more than 200 gold that they just gave to Fata.
The runes are super valuable for a team so far behind. 13,000 is the deficit that compLexity have to overcome. In their high ground defense, it has to be a strong one.
They have 2 creeps on bottom, but Naga already creep skipped a bit, so...
We have BKB on Enigma. Z-Freak with a quick toss forward. Fata gets punted into the base, but I don't think that was the target Z-Freak really should be going on.
And Naga has that Radiance. I think they're going to be looking to fight this. There's a buyback on Tiny as well.
Where's Naga coming from the back? Yeah, she is. Life drain onto Ace. He's a tanky boy. We'll just shift forwards and deal with these illusions one by one. Nice micro from Miracle, making sure they don't all get cleared out by the same AoE spells.
attack.
And Fata, trying to go to work on the melee barracks, comes back just to dispel a couple of illusions. And NIP, non-committal so
Radiant's
far.
top tower is under
Even with a
attack.
level 20 Timbersaw, they are
They're moving
fearful.
back. They have no split. Brewmaster is gonna have that Radiance very soon. They do go for the Shrine again. I wonder, with the sleep... Nah, they aren't ready. It seems. Oh, they're smoked up. They're ready.
They're going for this. In comes Cole. Defense of the Shrine. Sacks are there with a smoke pop, though. And a Blink Dagger TP scroll to boot. He sees them, they see him. And Sax is like, yeah, what up? I'm just going to blink back to my team.
That's a good positioning by him, anticipating that smoke movement. Staying that right there to just break it apart and then blinks out just in time.
Where's Brew? Come here, Brew. Oh, he doesn't have Radiance yet. That's sad.
Not yet.
You can just bottle it, buy Radiance.
Any second now, he's got it.
Use those Illusion Radiance buddies to walk around across the map, as Miracle has been doing for the past 5 minutes. Naga. Seemingly fearless Miracle, walking deep in behind enemy lines, pretending to be an illusion on her way through. Tiny and Undying, connecting with the Naga, helped out by Limp potentially onto this tier 2 bottom. But Enigma so far away, they don't have that song into Black Hole, which they heavily rely on to win a team fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And there's the Brew Radiance. Sends the illusions out.
Mm-hmm.
Get some good efficiency from that. Do NIP try and mount a defense down bottom?
Well, Enigma is very far away. There's no travels or anything like that on him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's still waiting for that level 15% cooldown reduction, which is going to be huge. He's also going to have that Blink Dagger. With the Blink, I think maybe he can position himself well enough to use that Black Hole on the Rubik and one extra target. So they are reaching these items on the side of compLexity that are going to allow them perhaps to fight, but they are still far behind, 15k behind.
Undying has boots. Stout Shield Wand.
I mean, even the Tiny has what? Soul Ring and Blink. It's better than what the Undying has, definitely, but...
I do love... Oh, never mind, it's changed.
What?
Sax and PPD had like identical net worth. Ticking up at the same rate as well. Now things are ruined because Sax has killed some creeps.
Radiant's middle
Timbersaw
tower
up to
is under
19,000 net worth, closing in on 20k. Next item for him. What's on the cards with 3,800 saved up? What does he aim? Does he just get a BKB on Timber? Z-Freak. Potentially walking into the wrong neighborhood here, but Ace heals up through with that Bloodstone, turns with the Chakram, still dropping low and ensnared up, blasted down and finished off. Miracle is there to clear up the kill.
Fata is around as well, and they actually cleared that Timber easily, I would have to say. He was alone though. They didn't really commit any big spells, which is very important for compLexity. You have to keep NIP scared of that Black Hole at all times.
It's got to be a BKB for Timber, right? Decrep, have a toss, nice grave, and Fata will get the primal split off. Tombstone's on the high ground and could cause problems for NIP.
I think they back off. If you're NIP here, yeah, you can see that Earth Panda is moving back. They just back off here. They were forced to use that split defensively. Timbersaw is not there to dish out the damage. Strategically, this was very well played by compLexity.
Radiant's bottom
But yeah, with no... Yeah, there it is. Timber Q's BKB. With no pipe, no hood, feels like
Yeah,
that's the way to go. They do have a pipe on Dazzle.
BKB, Lotus, Yules. He needed a defensive item definitely, so BKB makes a lot of sense.
21 charges might have helped. But we'll not talk about that, shall we?
They're there for the style, you know, wand, magic wand. It's the passive. It's for the
statement.
+3 all attributes. That's what matters. The attributes, man. That's what it's all about.
All about the stats.
Fata mid lane.
Miracle and 343, they are making short work of Fata. Graved up by 3-3 on the way out. And now the Undying.
Oh,
the song.
where's Enigma though?
Where?
Well, nowhere.
Well, yeah.
All right.
You can see Death on the minimap moves up and then he realizes, well, you've called me to come to the song, but it's a good 6,000 units away, so there's no chance in hell I'm catching up.
Yeah, but now, are they gonna continue? No, they're not gonna continue chasing because of the illusions that would break off their blinks anyway. So, yeah, that song, I saw the idea, but Enigma didn't, and he wasn't there. He wasn't close enough, and he also didn't go for that blink dagger. Instead, he's going for Lincolns. And I understand this. With this Lincolns, basically, he can pop the BKB, and then Ruby can't really steal the black hole. So, it is definitely a good item for him, but at the same time, if he had that blink dagger, perhaps he would be in position.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah. Here comes the second Roshan as well.
What do you think? Would NIP draft the same draft if they had a harder game one? I don't think they would.
No, this is very much a we want to go back and play auto chess, so we're going to try and win in 20 minutes. compLexity doing a very good job stalling this game and drawing it out for as long as possible.
I mean, Naga has that BKB too. Not really an item that Naga wants to buy usually, but
Yeah, but how excited are you for a 300-minute game, Lizard? You can become the new OD Pixel. We're going to have a Naga Siren just...
Or I could go eat.
Or you could go eat, yeah, that's a good point. He wants some doner kebab.
These Spandau kebabs are pretty good here in Berlin, man, I have to say.
That's the only reason you're here. You're not here for the money or the Dota or
Nah, I'm
to
here
show
for
off
the
on
kebab.
stream. You're here for the kebabs, yeah.
Of course.
That's why anyone comes to Spandau.
Is there something else? Is there another reason you'd come to Spandau?
No, that's literally it.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Tourism of Spandau is...
Well, you can see the citadel, the
Radiant's
castle where they
top
held
tower
all the
is under attack.
was it World War II prisoners of war, I think it was. You can go see that, but not much else apparently.
Why would I do that? That's so sad. I'd rather eat some doner kebab.
Well, Miracle down this bottom lane, making Ace a little bit sad. The wave just keeps getting pushed in and cut. Miracle wandering over across the map through the river.
Dazzle buying that level 5 Dagon.
Radiant's top
That's
tower
what he
is
has in
under
store
attack.
at least.
Z freaking 343. Setting up behind Limp's Pugna. I desperately want that tier 1, and Limp will BKB TP out. Primal Split already expended. They need to get a kill off the back of this.
Perhaps he...
Z3 with no blink. The stun, yeah, connect. And down you go. In the meanwhile, though, Miracle's BKB netted him a kill on
Dire's
PPD.
bottom shrine is under attack.
There we go, 343 dies as well on top lane. Catch him.
Miracle's out. Gets away from bottom.
Radiant's
He
middle
almost
tower
has
is
that.
under attack.
Like, what does he need? He needs the talisman. So, Eagle Song he can already buy, so... He's coming very close to that butterfly of his. And overall, if you are this Naga, you're happy. You're one little happy camper. They are building into like this Dagon 5. Perhaps they can blow her up. The Naga and the Pugna, but honestly, NIP's draft was a little bit wonky. We saw it at the start. We said that they have no true objective taker, no true hero that's going to be up front. This brew is slowly turning into that. With that Radiance lads now going into AC. Maybe he gets that level 20 plus 100 attack speed. Starts clapping you, critting you all the time. And then on level 25 you have another talent, but we're far away from level 25.
It is quite some time until we hit that mark. So Enigma finishes the Lincolns. 600 saved up towards that Blink Dagger now. But it never really feels like NIP lose control of this game though. Things slip a little bit and they bring it back. Things slip a bit and they bring it back. It has very, very evenly stayed around 15, 16,000 net worth lead for NIP the past 10 minutes or so. That's a good sign against the Naga Siren. You know, Miracle is honestly playing his heart out. It may not look like it, may not feel like it, but this Naga sending illusions left, right, up, down, top, bottom, mid, he's absolutely...
He's on top of his game. He's creating so much space for himself, first and foremost, but for his team too, so...
He's the only reason that NIP haven't finished this game.
Exactly, because they really had a shot there. They had a chance of ending the game, but then Naga just started creep skipping all the time and messing with their pushes, so... Miracle definitely living up to his name here.
Well, there's a jump. 343 getting blown up. Gets his tombstone down at least on the high ground in a good spot. But Ace, his BKB hasn't netted him any kills just yet. The shrine in the back will keep Z-Freak alive. Undying survived off to the right-hand side. And Miracle just continues pushing. Sends illusions, heroes, everything down the lane. And NIP, they
They
commit.
can't push again, yeah.
They've got no wave. Naga is immediately mid lane.
And running up top and finishing that heart now too.
He, yeah, 343 is dropping the oink oink because Naga is a greedy little piggy this game. Eating all the creeps.
Finding so much farm, stopping the push, which is the most important aspect
Dire's
of it.
bottom shrine is under attack.
Finally they commit to this shrine, and this time around I think they're gonna get it.
Is under attack.
Third time lucky.
Dire's bottom shrine.
Or was it fourth time now?
Definitely I think fourth time that they attempt that shrine.
I just look at my mini-map though.
Yeah, look at these illusions everywhere.
They're being pinged out. I think Sax is getting a little bit irritated.
You have to feel it for them though. It's like we haven't seen Naga played in a while, but this hero is so irritating to play against. Once this stuff happens, once this starts happening, illusions everywhere, you can't really kill them. They're basically not allowing you to do anything across the map. So
Saxa invis. Oh, this could be big. Has he been spotted? Oh, that one sentry ward. I don't know if they got vision of him somehow, because Death makes the move back. They've got a sentry here.
Aegis has been reclaimed, so they have no Aegis to work with any longer either. And if you are complexity, you can maybe even look for a kill. You can maybe look for a fight.
Have they got any smokes? Undying does. 343 babysitting.
I think you wait
Enigma.
for blink on that. Alright, you get that blink on Enigma. Suddenly you have an opening, you have a way of actually initiating with that BKB blink.
Scythe of Ice now as well with a blink on Pugna. All of these things tying together for complexity. Force blink on Z-Freak. 343 has a bracer, poggers, and Death.
Radiant's
Like you're
middle
mentioning,
tower
Blink,
is under
Lincoln's
attack.
BKB, Black Hole with Song of the Siren on this real ripped Naga Siren. But is that Butterfly done? Or is she getting Bloodthorn? Yeah, getting Bloodthorn with that quarterstaff. That's a sick little
Radiant's
fake out
middle
as well.
tower is
Just
under
look at his
attack.
gold. Click on Naga and look at his gold, how it's rising. Every second there's like 100 gold added.
And Miracle incredibly difficult to kill. They've popped Primal Split, they've given her the lift, thrown in the Shadow Wave, still half HP. Miracle walks it off like it's absolutely nothing. Death, though, potentially in a spot of bother, jumped upon by the Timber. Miracle and Death both have to bail towards high ground as NIP forcing them away, but complexity still have this ability to reposition, set up the fight with a Song of the Siren, and Death ready with a Black Hole. 3 heroes gonna get caught. No, they mistime it. The Yule's up, saves the Rubik. PPD walks out, and the Grave on the Fada keeps him alive, pops the cheese and walks it off. They should be able to force NIP away from this fight, but what a monumental cock up by complexity.
How do you even manage to mess up Sleep into Black Hole?
I absolutely have no idea. Limp is dominating and getting kills. Fair enough, they've killed the Dazzle and the Rubik, but if they can't find Ace,
I mean,
Or
you're still
Fanta.
fine with this. It's still a big win for complexity. Yeah, they lose the Black Hole, but it doesn't really matter. They repelled that push. They got a few good pickoffs, and they're happy with that. I mean, you can see that NIP is struggling right now. You can see that they feel that they're under pressure.
sweating.
Yeah, they are sweating. They are trying to force things happen. And PPD has a BKB to work with. He should be fine here. Yeah.
He's got a BKB. Everyone's got a BKB.
There's gonna be an AC soon in Brew.
I can't believe you've gone from a 3-man black hole into a 1-man black hole.
I mean,
Because you bring...
what was that?
I mean, Miracle stopped the song just a little too early on.
Yeah, but why? You see your Enigma. He's popping that BKB first, so I don't know. A little bit weird that he stopped the song so early. He has that Orchid now to work with, so he's becoming a massive, massive beast. He already is a massive beast on this Naga. I have a feeling that NIP, they have to outplay them super hard in order to win.
And this is now NIP with no Aegis, no cheese.
This is now complexity with the game in their hands, actually. That's how I feel.
NIP need to win like 2 or 3 fights to like, force buyback on Naga, kill her again, take tier 3 racks, finish the game. It's going to take them at least 3 fights. Whereas complexity is like 1 fight at a time. They don't think further ahead than the next team fight.
Mhm. Let's get the cooldown on the Enigma. Get that black hole up once again. He's going for a refresher, actually. Well, yeah, if you can't catch more than one target when they're all slept, I guess you get for refresher for an additional attempt.
Give it 2 tries. Why not?
Nah, refresher is all right here. Honestly, it's a good pickup. I really
Double BKB.
Yeah, I would love the blink as well, but refresher is fine too.
PPD with Saxa.
Oh, he actually went for 150 gold per minute. He didn't go for the cooldown reduction on Enigma, which is, I mean,
He felt rushed to get these items, right?
I mean, he doesn't have a Midas, so that kind of justifies it a little bit. But overall, when you're an Enigma, you really want that 15%. It means so much. For every single item that you buy, it's usually all your items are active. So, and the black hole, obviously.
Timber Scythe of Ice. Ace just hiding away in the trees. Carves himself a nice little hidey hole. Leave the trees alone, Ace.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We catch Fata mid, he's hexed up.
Oh
There's
dear.
a grave.
Nice grave. Pops his BKB, but there's the black hole from Death. Catching Dazzle in the back as well, spinning him into the Midnight Pulse. And compLexity, the refresher. Death wants in, but the rest of his team looks like they want out. PPD's BKB charging forward and dropping 3-4-3 incredibly low until that Soul Rip brings him back up to
Fata bought
fighting
back,
form.
3-3 bought back. But they have black hole again.
They have Primal Split. PPD, unfortunately, trapped in the middle. Another black hole. They can't lose Fata here. He's gone. Dead for 2 minutes. And Miracle ripping forward. It's Naga Siren. Disgusting amount of damage and seemingly unkillable. 3-3 pops the grave. But Miracle has Manta, has Song, has so many ways out of danger. A black hole from Saxa got stolen up, but the cancel from Z-Freak, beautifully timed, saves his team, and they should get Ace off the back of this as well.
Grave is
grave.
there. He's pretty
3-3.
tanky.
He's kept him up. 4 staff. Song. Okay. Midnight Pulse. This is going to be a
Break
lot of
the
damage
trees.
into Ace. Break the trees so he can't get up. And down you go. 4 heroes down for NIP.
Oh, what? Alright, he ensnared the Necro instead of the Dazzle. It's fine. They're gonna go back, push this tier 2, perhaps go for the Roche. They can even pressure high ground, right? They know that Panda has no buyback. But they don't have Black Hole either for 100 seconds. So possibly the safest play for them would be to go for Roche right now, and then after that they can do whatever.
Do you not feel safe with BKB Naga on the high ground hitting base?
I mean, you do. Alright, they're gonna go for that instead.
Easy tier 3. Look at this. Towers just falling, buildings just crumbling. NIP's base ceasing to exist before their very eyes.
Right, so they got to tier 3. Yeah, and they move back. I guess it's alright. In this kind of a situation, I always personally value Roche more, because you can always come back to that tier 3 afterwards. And if you force these buybacks and they go for Roche, and you have to go back because you still don't have any cooldowns, you kinda lost the big objective, and that's that Aegis and refresher now.
Yeah.
A bit.
It's pretty massive.
You can see that they're moving now instantly there.
You can see how thirsty NIP were for blood, though. As that tier 3 falls, every single one of them just beelining straight down that mid lane, looking for any stragglers that they could catch.
They're going for that rush indeed. Still 30 seconds without...
Oh,
weapon.
Ace. This is problematic. Has the BKB very early on. Down to the low ground, but stuck in the trees behind the nether ward. Pugna has somehow body blocked him in. Now the Hex comes out from Limp, but they lack the damage to clear him up.
They do defend the rush.
And Miracle is running circles around these other Radiant heroes. As 3-4-3 keeps his tombstone alive with a nice little soul rip, but the Cyclone onto Naga, removing the damage and a sustained push forward from compLexity for at least a little while, but now they move in. Peter Pan Dam in trouble. Miracle swings into action. Here's a song and here's a black hole. You can't bloody miss this one. Give it to him, Death. 3 heroes trapped inside. Timber in trouble. Down you go, NIP. A good grave though onto Ace keeps him up and running, but they've already lost so much. Leshrack's fallen and Timber dead for 2 minutes. With Fata, he's in the death animation already. His hero's given up. He's walking around as if he's on 10 HP. He's drunk.
He's
out of his mind.
He's just fully drunk.
Paralytic Brewmaster wandering off back to the pub.
Finds a drink actually right there. Finds a tasty bounty rune and goes split pushing, but I don't think this is gonna work. He needs to go back.
Give me a pint, you stupid creep wave. Fata, he's just going to stick down bottom, isn't he? In his base. 3-3 defending with everything he's got, but now he's going to lose his face. Look at him. Poor little Dazzle has a grave, holding, waiting and buying time. Death with the refresher orb, but yet again popped. Looking for a big black hole, a bigger one than just 3-3, and Saxa, they do try and zap back and kill 3-4-3. One lane of racks about to fall.
They have a tier 2 on top, so
Radiant's middle barracks
they can
has
defend.
fallen.
You have to go for Throne if you want to end this, if you're complexity. Alright. They poured back with the Naga. He has, what, 7k gold
Radiant's top tower is
in
under
stash.
attack.
They can go for that rush too if they want to. Oh, PPD. Hello, PPD.
Radiant's top tower has
Yes.
fallen.
Hello there. Are you going to blink in, Fata? He is absolutely. Might put himself in danger. Oh, he's got BKB. Oh, dearie me. Not
What?
sure what happened there, but Death, I believe, cancelled his black hole.
Yeah, he did.
Nothing was in the way of him, and Naga Siren might be paying the price. Oh, she's got a BKB of her own. What's stolen?
At the
Oh, I was wondering.
No.
Zefrik's gone in aggressively. Double damage rune, self-fuel, so it's not going to get dispelled off. Does lose it eventually, though. Nice fight. Not really a fight, just a chaotic amalgamation of heroes moving into random directions. Saxa being burnt down, graved up. Saves him from Miracle. PPD dropping to Zefrik and Death. And now, Miracle, unstoppable, I'd say. Just wanders into the middle of enemy territory, not a care in the world. Lackadaisical attitude towards Ace and 3-3. He will retreat for just a little while. Wants to regen some of that HP through the heart, but Saxa yet again graved and saved, but dead again as 3-3 will fall. No grave for himself, blasted by Limp.
There's no buyback on either the PPD or the Dazzle. Rubik has to buyback, but they're gonna go for Throne right now.
They're not focusing tier 4s. Miracle swings bottom, in fact. There's the blink. Fata's in. Pops his BKB and slays Limp. Good avalanche stolen by Saxa as well. It delays, it deters, but Limp buys back. He wants to finish the job that he started.
Radiant's middle tower is
Tier
under
4s. Thrown. Cold, exposed. Nothing to defend them, as NIP stand very far back from their objectives.
They could just go for this Shrine, this rush, and then slowly close out the game. They don't have to rush it. You can really see that they're bloodthirsty. They want to end this game. This is going to be their first victory of the day if they manage to get it. And they are really rushing. That's the only way they lose it, I feel, right now. Just calm down. Go for the Sages. Don't do that. You can't attack him. Oh, alright. You can.
As long as you're inside.
As long as you're inside. Alright. Makes sense, obviously.
It's
Thank you,
perfect.
analyst.
Perfect logic. Perfect logic. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. Fata, I'm guessing you took the CDR on Split, right? Yeah, so he has that.
Right, they have the cheese on Pugna. They have Aegis on Pugna. You have the tiny caught here, so you can go for... No, you can't really go for him.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
How many black holes do we have, Lizard?
We have many black holes. Infinite amount of black holes, actually.
Radiant's top
Wow,
shrine
that's a
has
lot.
fallen.
Yeah,
How big is Infinite, Lizard?
it's very big.
How far does it go?
Like from here
To there?
to there. You see where I'm looking at?
Damn.
And then a bit further away.
Okay, just +1.
It's +1, indeed.
And just keep plussing 1. Nice. Nullifier. Oh, Doomstick. Bloodthorn Nullifier. Let's go. Miracle is ready. Who
He
does
has no BKB though. And he has buyback to join the fights again.
he can swap his BKB in for travels, I guess, if the need calls for it. For now, they're just setting up all 3 lanes to push into this Radiant base.
bottom shrine is
And the
under
weirdest thing
attack.
for me is that complexity only took 1 lane of barracks in a tier 4. It felt like they took the majority of these buildings.
Yeah,
but they
because they're
pushed
so hectic about the way they push. They don't know what exactly they want to. There's not. It seems like they don't have a strong leader. They go in, but they don't really take the objective that they should be taking. They go for the throne. They take half of a tier 4, then go back for rush. It's like very hectic. They're all over the place. But they are winning. They have a superior draft, and so far they've executed it very well.
Zappy, zappy. Where are we with Miracle now? Puts the BKB into the inventory proper. And here we go. With a bit of a high ground push from Colt. Chipping away at it with a few nether blasts here and there. Aegis on Pugna for 3 minutes. And killing off these primal split units as they try and push out the wave as best they can, but they don't know how. And here we go. Double catapult wave arriving. compLexity, this is your time to strike. Enigma, Refresher, Orb, and Shard.
Has fallen.
Triple Black Hole, triple BKB potentially on the cards. NIP hold for now. Their big issue is that they lack initiation and they lack any big AoE teamfight ultis unless Saxa can steal something. And I think that's honestly what you have to rely on now, is Saxa stealing
He has
Black Hole or
Aghanims.
Song.
He has Aghanims. If he steals that Black Hole somehow, he's gonna have that Midnight Pulse underneath it. Might be pretty strong.
There's the Song. Death moves in. They're pinging Rubik in the Lesh, though. They want to kill the Rubik. Now they don't mess it up. They cancel the Song after the Black Hole's been cast, but Saxa gets himself a Grave and a Yule's. Up they go with another Black Hole. He's Cyclone up again. The Rubik, he's going to come out, but he doesn't get the steal. Down go 2, and the buyback from the Leshrac will force him to arrive
Another
into
Black
this
Hole
fight
is
once more.
available.
Is that the Refresher Shard now? He's got no blink. Only BKB Black Hole. 4 seconds.
Radiant's
3.
bottom barracks
Death holding.
cast.
Waiting for that
Radiant's
perfect
structures are
opportunity.
fortified.
Ace and PPD showing the creep wave mid. Fata 3-3 behind their
Radiant's
throne.
bottom barracks
Not giving anything away, and this is systematic from compLexity. No messing around.
Yeah, finally they show discipline 52 minutes into the game.
Systematic destruction of buildings and the Black Hole onto the Brew. The scythe that started off and Miracle moves through, looks for the graved up Dazzle. And he will turn and fight, and look at that damage! Miracle's gone! What on earth happened there? Miracle gets absolutely shredded by a Timber and a Leshrac. I want to look at the damage values from that, because a Yule's up, but no blink. The Tiny is likely just about to fall. NIP defend their base somehow. Give me the fight recap, you game.
Show fight recap, let's go. Is it the Pulse Nova that did the majority?
We can't see it here, can we?
I mean, just check Leshrac's damage, 3.6k. So
It was just Lesh, wasn't it?
he did a lot, and then Timber helped out a bit. So definitely this talent on level 20 from Leshrac is helping them a lot. And this is ridiculous. Now they defend and they're looking to push.
What's the buyback status like? 53 minutes in.
They have all buybacks on the side of compLexity, obviously.
Pugna doesn't.
Pugna doesn't?
Pugna bought back for the mid.
Oh yeah,
fight,
yeah. So
and then,
2 more minutes for him.
2 more minutes remaining. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody else does have one there as we sort by Dire Team.
You don't want to buy back the Naga though, that's the thing. If you buy back the Naga and she somehow
Dire's
dies,
middle tower is
you
under
might actually lose this game.
Aegis reclaimed.
Dire's structures
Limp.
are fortified.
Swaps in the cheese. He has a blink hex, but Naga 20 seconds. They need to buy time for her, and if it means giving up this mid lane, then so be it.
They don't really push very fast right now, so
Ace has expended BKB there pretty frivolously. They've got the tier 3, but they're still scared of this tombstone, and now Death moving in. Lincoln's popped and his Malefice didn't connect, so compLexity
Yep.
save the buyback of Naga, protect
he
their
could
high
have
ground.
maybe he could have used it on Timber, they opted not to. He's gonna finish that. What's he building it? Octarine? He's gonna have that Octarine on Enigma. Reduced cooldowns as well. Alright, alright. There's a smoke from NIP though. Look at that.
What are they up to?
They want to kill someone.
2 minutes until Roche fast spawn. NIP set up.
They
Try and
can
grab
run the
someone. That's-
PPD as well.
They're just killing illusions. Watching for the illusion filter.
Look at the drawings on the map.
Yeah, my lines are pretty.
Beautiful, beautiful lines.
Oh, if we didn't have enough Naga illusions already, she's found an illusion rune. Bottom lane heavily pushed in. NIP need to come and deal with that. And right now, they are struggling with wave clear, struggling with illusion clear, unless PPD is the one on the front lines. Does Naga actually have any way to spend the money she's making anymore?
Buy some shards. Give everyone a moon shard. Easy.
Moonshard time. Let's go.
Shards, wards, gems. Make this Undying happy. Give him a Moonshard. Give Tiny a Moonshard. That would be alright, I suppose.
Pretty tasty.
10,000 gold. I mean, does he have a Moonshard himself?
No.
He doesn't, right? So, first and foremost, get one for yourself. Then
And then
perhaps he can get a refresher or something for the BKB. For the ult.
NIP needing 3 heroes to clear out that bottom wave. The Necro units will help out, shove just a little bit further. But this final lane of barracks, compLexity really are setting their eyes on that final set of objectives. Naga with the push. Radiance burning away on the creeps, and NIP, if they leave their base, they are susceptible to getting picked off.
If you are compLexity, you just put Naga in front, you start hitting those Raxes. If someone commits, you use the song, then you follow up with the Black Hole. It's quite an easy fight for them, especially considering the buyback status on Radiant. They have, what, Panda doesn't have one, Leshak doesn't have one.
No Brew, no Lesh. Tier 3 tower just whittled away by the Pugna. No way of dealing with Tombstone either, it's right up in their faces. Not even PPD is moving forward to click it down. And now the Naga comes with more illusions. Bot lane shoved, mid lane, all the way up towards where the tier 3 used to be. And they still have this song, double Black Hole. There's a nice little ace up the sleeve. Biding their time. No need to commit.
There is a smoke from NIP. It looks like they want to do something about this before they lose their axes completely.
It is such a struggle. PPD smoked up, getting Radiance burned by an illusion, but he does clear that entire creep wave.
And he's buying that Octarine core as well. Has full soul booster too. He deals quite a lot of damage, yeah.
We're getting into this endgame scenario where everyone's buying Dagons and massive items.
And you have the level 25 talents. You have 3-3 with the poison touch plus 40% slow. Fata went with 1500 HP to primal split and the cooldown. I mean, yeah, sure, it helped them, definitely.
Yeah, they got to a point where they needed primal split just to
I
push
thought
wave.
the team might go full left with attack speed and crit, but yeah, that additional HP on the Panda split units definitely did help.
Do NIP dare to leave their base here? Dire Observer Ward sees them coming and says no as they take the 4th Roshan of the game.
And now they have to fight against 3 black holes again.
So what do we have? Cheese Undying, Aegis Naga with a double damage rune to boot.
And refresher in shop as well for Naga. He can port back and alright, he's gonna just send it to the courier instead.
How do we start this off? Miracle, do you song? Do you bait them in? Pushing high ground, goes up. Starts to think about hitting these barracks. Mirror image in a couple of seconds.
Ro2.
Attempting a bait here as 3-3 in the midst of it. Z-Freak double forced and soul ripped to keep him up and running. They do get that range racks now as the melee last one standing.
That Naga is so slow from the poison touch, from the lightning strike. Look at that. No movement speed, no boots either though.
Boots of travel in that backpack. There we go though, Miracle full HP thanks to the heart. Buybacks soon to be ready for the Brew and the Lesh though, so 5 buybacks will be here for NIP in the coming minute or two. Ace dealing with the creeps, getting dealt with by the life drain in the Netherward though, drops to 1/3 of his health, and this melee racks is about to become megas for compLexity. Jump in, there we go with a primal split. They caught the Enigma and killed him off. Death is down. Miracle with a song comes too late. Ace is healed up through the Bloodstone and Cole. They either buy back the Enigma and fight, or they run the hell away. The trouble is, the Naga's been stunned up. She has no TP, or she has a TP but can't use it. She's just being chain disabled and Aegis falls.
Now Enigma buys back.
Are they trying to fight around this? Aegis respawn, there's the Naga, Manta pops up. Enigma needs to make the move. There is no song, but there is. It's from Saxa though. It's been stolen. In comes the Timber. Death wants forward. Black Hole catches only the Rubik. This is not where you need to be. NIP could maybe hold here as Death gets another one. Miracle's there doing the damage, but he's fallen. compLexity, what's happened?
Timbersaw has no buyback.
They've got
Panda is
Grave on
dying.
Fata. Buyback on Lesh is here. 2 minutes without your ace Timber, but you've got everybody else up and running. NIP are holding. compLexity have thrown away a monumental opportunity to end this game.
It just feels that compLexity is not on the same page, honestly. I don't know if it's the language barrier or what it is, but Miracle, he's using the song and pinging 3 heroes that he captured with his song, while Enigma is dead. And Enigma has been dead for like 10 seconds already, and he's not buying back. Then Naga dies, and then he buybacks. Like, but I love the pings. You saw the pings, right? With the song, he was pinging Black Hole, Black Hole. I'm dead, dude. Like, what Black Hole? I'm dead.
It's like what we were talking about earlier. It feels like compLexity are a team of 5 quiet people. They need that loud, obnoxious American to lead them and charge them forward. Because you say kind of miscommunication or language barriers or something like that, but you know, Miracle and Death are both from the same country. They know exactly what's going on. They just don't have that one voice in the back of their head saying, we are doing this and you are following through until the end.
Just saying that you're dead or something, perhaps in these situations does help out, but
it does, for sure.
Because that Naga was definitely expecting a Black Hole there.
There's a Blink Hex though. Good catch onto 3-3. And they can finish him off. They could maybe push base. Buyback available. Will be forced.
Instantly Panda splits, sends those Storm and Fire Spirits mid to outpush. They only have 1 Rax remaining, but man, are they fighting for it. NIP is not giving this game away. Considering the way they drafted, I expected them to concede like 20 minutes ago, as soon as Naga started like picking up pace and just starting to win. But they're just not giving up. They want to just push this through and perhaps win on the back of their level 5 Dagons.
Well, I mean, level 5 Dagons, they're pretty monstrous.
Level 5 Dagon on Timber, level 5 Dagon on 3-3. PPD only rocking that level 1 Dagon, not really a big stick, not really a big boomstick on him, but yeah, whatever. It's something, he contributes.
Enigma, Eon Disc. Refresher Orb, not only on Enigma and Naga, but now
are we gonna
Magna as well.
Are we gonna sleep until the next rush? Should we just doze off a little bit, wait for the next Aegis Cheese refresher?
I mean, at this rate, honestly, mate, we're not going to be casting anything but this tomorrow. You know? Forget the rest of the groups.
Forget the rest of the tournament. This game is infinite.
32-32. 64 minutes. And NIP holding on for dear life. Like you said, fighting tooth and nail for this final building, the final barracks in their base. Smoke from Z-Freak. Shadow bladed up. Tosses one back.
That's a zombie that he tossed back. Not perfect.
Ace did BKB. Decrep on the tombstone. Fata immediately hexed. Goodness gracious me. Has the Eon Disc and the BKB to allow the Primal Split to come into play, and they will chase down 343 for a simple kill. I say simple, but he's got level 3 ulti now. He's a tanky bastard. And they will come in with Miracle. Song of the Siren, fake pumped, thinking about it, wants to set up for something big. PPD's BKB and the Yule Scepter up by him time as the Cheese from 343 does the same, but here's the Song with the Black Hole onto 2 big cores. This is the one that Death wanted with another one to follow. It's huge from compLexity. They finally get the combo they need.
That should be it. 3 kills. Good game called by PPD, and finally they succeed.
It was a long time coming, but 65 minutes in, they get themselves Song into Black Hole, a Black Hole, and
they managed to do it! Song into Black Hole, the combo has been completed.
A round of applause, everyone.
Clap.
Clap for the combo.
Clap. Man, this game. It just felt that, yeah, this game.
This game. 32-36. Col tie things up. They get their first win of the group stage against NIP nonetheless. And NIP, a 1-1 draw. The way things started in this series, that's not what they were looking for.
They definitely needed a win. Like this complexity stack today has been having a really rough day. Like they've lost 3 games in a row. So getting that one kill, getting that one scalp under their belt is definitely good.
Well, there we have it. That's our day all done and done. I'm going to rest my voice and hopefully not die in the night. I've been a little bit ill. Lizard's been carrying me.
I haven't. You've been ill, but you've been doing quite all right.
Thanks, buddy.
You've been doing great. Like this last game, honestly.
I'm muting half the bloody time.
He's just muting himself, coughing all the time, just hoping for the game to end. And then IP is just like, all right, we're going to get Dagon
30 more minutes? No problem.
Sure.
It was a sick game.
Honestly, it's NIP's fault. Like the way they drafted, it was obvious what's going to happen. If they do not hit those timings, they didn't hit the timings and they lost to a Naga draft. As simple as that.
Miracle Naga making a comeback. That's it for tonight. We start again tomorrow, midday CET, which is 14 hours from now. We'll see you until then. Have a good evening.